All right, everyone. So we have the preliminary patch notes for patch 0.12.8 in Escape from Tarkov. There are a lot of changes, quality of life improvements, additions. There are a lot of fixes. Let's highlight some of them and talk about them in this video. So starting with the additions, we have two new skills. Crafting and hideout management. Well, I'm not going to speculate too much about them. We're going to see what exactly these ones will do. Nikita and Mirka didn't talk about them too much in they just mentioned them, in the previous podcast. Then we have a very desired item. We have it in a lot of other games, Squad, PUBG, Daisy, in a form or another. Yeah, it's the compass. Finally makes its way into Escape from Tarkov, the new item which will allow player to easily identify directions, azimuth, by pressing the U key. So rip the guys who are using U for deleting stuff, including myself. This item will be equipped in the new unlootable slot, which means, yeah, they explain it, no one will be able to take your compass. So how does the compass work? Well, you press the U key and you will toggle it on. So you will see it in your left hand, and on the right corner, you will see a certain number, depending where you look, yeah? If you look towards the south, you're going to see a certain number. If you look towards the east, a different number, yeah? And you will be able to communicate that number. This is going to be extremely important for people who play in teams and for greenhorns. Yeah, you will communicate that number. You'll say something like the enemy is at 270, and then your teammates will immediately look at 270. We're going to try to identify that guy. This is going to be very helpful on open maps, not on factory. Maybe on factory as well, but not in the dorms. Yeah, this will be very easy or very helpful in woods, in shoreline, in open areas where instead of the guys behind the tree, instead of saying that, yeah, you will pop it up and you'll say the guy is at 175. Have a look, see if you can cover, see if you can whatever, you know what I mean. So it's very, very important. And as I said, we have it in a lot of other games. Finally, it's in Escape from Tarkov as well, in a very good form. I really like the way the guys implemented it into the game. I cannot wait to use it with the new guys. Then we have a new type of bleeding called heavy bleeding. This is also game changing because it will help you track the enemy after you wounded him a lot. You will be able to check the blood trail and see what exactly he's patching himself up, fixing his blackout limbs, whatever, Very important. And when you get shot at and you have the heavy bleeding effect, then you have to be careful because you will probably die very fast. You'll have to patch yourself up, This system comes with two new features, two new equipment, two new meds, two new accessories that you'll have to use in order to prevent or to stop that heavy blood loss. The guys also said that some of the meds, probably the Grizzly, will stop that heavy bleeding. And these ones are the S-Mark tourniquet and the hemostatic syringe. Yeah, the S-Mark has, I think it has one use, I'm not sure, but the hemostatic syringes, which are basically a syringes with some sponges that you have to pop into the wound to stop that blood loss, I think that the hemostatic syringe has more shots. I don't know exactly how many. We also have the kvass beverage as an addition, but this doesn't have anything to do with the heavy blood loss. So may open with a lower chance than a normal bleeding. Heavy bleeding requires special treatment items to stop. Also, some medical kits, probably the Grizzly, I'm not sure which one, have the property of stopping heavy bleeding. The character will, with heavy bleeding, leaves traces of blood on the surface, which is going to be very easy to identify or to track, and then you will be able to finish the guy maybe, or depending on the case. Yeah, new consumable items, we have this S-Mark tourniquet, the hemostatic syringe, and the kvass. Then we have the fast backpack dump feature, the ability to quickly drop the backpack by double tapping the Z key. Okay, which is very important. The community requested this a lot because of the overweight system. Now it's a lot easier and you're a lot more agile when you drop your backpack quickly and finish the guy, sniper, whatever, camper, extraction camper, or someone that you bump into. You know, you will easily be on your way towards the extraction, for example. It is going to be a lot easier to dump your backpack, you know, gain that agility again, and then maybe finish the guy, or at least try to, you know. Then we have new third version of voice for the bear, new faces and clothing for the scavs, and voices of bosses. Yeah, so Glukar, Sanitar, and Rishala are going to have their own voices. So when you hear that particular voice, you have to familiarize yourself with it, you know. Then you will know, okay, this is a scav boss, this is not a normal scav. Be careful, you know. New character animations in the menu, on loading screen, in the inventory, which means you know, when you load in, the character stands with the weapon like this, and then from time to time he changes view, you know, position, you know. Now it will mean that we will have different stuff, like, for example, putting the weapon up here, like you see in some other games. Yeah, or God knows what maybe they're going to do something like some of the streamers have, you know, some memes and stuff like that. But I don't think I think it's going to be pretty serious, you know, like stances changes and maybe inspecting the weapon, you know, some stuff like that. Very, very cool stuff. And you're also going to be having this in the inventory and etc., which means maybe some other stuff, you know. Then going forward to new equipment, we have new clothes for Yusek and Bear. We have seen the Bear outfit during the podcast, but they were unable to show us the Yusek. Tops and lowers, yeah. And then we have new equipment. We have armored vest, chest rig, backpacks, headphones, helmets, and berets. The berets, I'm very excited about them. We're not going to have the red berets because they are somehow related to Russian veterans or something like that, Nikita said. So they don't want to touch those ones. We have black, we have blue and gray, something like that, you know. Very good, very cool additions. I believe a lot of people will use them because in some cases the helmets will not. I mean, the helmets are good, yeah, but if you get the face shot, if you get face shotted, then no helmet can save you. You know, sometimes the visor, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Then we have 3 new weapons and a lot of weapon parts. The new weapons are a pistol, the M45A1. It's a variant or the M1911 from what I understood. It's a military version, looks very cool. It's only found in raid on scav bosses and raiders apparently. And we have the KS-23 shotgun, which is very interesting. Apparently this shotgun has been they made the barrels for some anti-air guns, you know, like 23mm barrels, and some of the barrels were faulty, and the guys didn't know what to do with it, you know, what to do with them. The barrels are rifled, and apparently one of the Russians had the idea to make the shotgun out of those barrels and don't destroy the barrels. You know, that's how the shotgun came to be. It's the KS-23 shotgun. It's going to be a very powerful one. The American caliber, I think it's 6.27, and the European one, it's like 4 or something like that, according to what I read on the wiki. And then we have the RFB rifle, which is the Keltec single fire or semi-automatic rifle bullpup. It doesn't look bad. I'm a bit disturbed of the fact that it's only single fire, yeah, but it looks cool, and we're gonna see how it performs. Then we have a lot of quality of life changes, and I'm going to read some of the most important ones. Redesign the group gathering screen in the lobby. Now you can see the character models of the group members with nicknames. Does this mean that we're going to have something similar to PUBG, where we had, as soon as we invited someone, we were able to see them? You know? I imagine something like having the lobby in a side so that you have the possibility to right-click and invite. And then as soon as you invite, that character will pop and the other friend will pop there and the other one, you know. Because that will be awesome, amazing. I cannot wait for something like that. If it is what I mean. If there's something else, please let me know in the comments. Then we have added display of the object resource on the quick use panel. For mods, weapons, items moved by the mouse, drag and drop, added highlight of the weapon slot and mods where they fit. Green can be placed inside, yellow can be combined, installed. This is going to be a very useful feature for new players who have parts, have things in. I would recommend you to practice with this a bit, you know, just disassemble your weapon and then see what fits where, and you're going to see the color, you're going to see what exactly, where exactly the handguard goes, and the shoulder grip and the pistol grip and so on, you know. Going back to the previous one, added display of the object resource on the quick use panel. Display of the object resource. Oh, okay. So for example, if you have a car kit with 220 units, it will tell you in the quick slot, it will tell you the remaining amount. So if you have patched yourself up once and you have 170, it will say 170 out of 220. That's what I see. And I remember seeing this in the podcast. Option in the game settings, selection of the body parts color in the upper left UI element, a variant corresponding to the colors from the inventory on the health tab, and the old variant, red monochrome. Okay, very interesting. Yeah, this is going to be very helpful for new guys as well. Options in the game settings to select the principle of displaying the combat interface elements, automatically hide or always show. Quick access zone, endurance zone, and the current stance and the current health state of body parts all can be configured separately. So what does this mean? It means that you can toggle on the features right now. So on the left corner, you see your body. On the left down corner, you see your stance, and you see the stamina bars, you know. This means from now on, or starting with this patch, you will be able to toggle them individually. So you only want to see your quick slots, then only toggle those ones. You only want to see your character, which is something that if you're new at the game, I totally recommend you to have on the top left corner. You know, you're going to see your body and you're going to see, okay, I have a fracture. I lost my stomach or whatever, you know. It's extremely important. The stance and the stamina, I guess if you're new at the game, definitely toggle them on, you know. But the more veterany you have, or the more you go into the game, then the more options you have to toggle on and off. If you want to have more immersion, then toggle them completely off, you know. Depends on you. Added an ammo loading menu in the context menu of magazines in the stash. I'm not sure I understand this. Added an ammo loading menu. Okay, we'll have to see. Explain what you mean by this. If not, we'll have to see. At the flea market, when buying more items than are left on sale, the remaining available quantity is bought, which means I think it's very, very easy to understand. If you buy 120 rounds of Igolnik, for example, or if you attempt to buy them and someone else buys them before, then you will get an error message, you know. If that guy only buys 50 out of 120, then you will automatically be buying the remaining ones, the 70 ones. Yeah, does that make sense? For me, it does. Okay, at the flea market, where is it? When buying more items that are left on sale, yeah, that's the one I read. Automatic sorting of character stash, any containers, backpacks, by sort button on the right corner of a container. Yeah, like items case or thick item case or whatever, you're gonna have the option sort. If you click there, you will be able to sort the stuff out. I don't know if I'm going to be doing this in the stash. I mean, you can definitely try, you know, but it will probably mess around or mess up everything that you have arranged already. But I see a lot of players who are just nothing else but dumping stuff in the stashes. And for those guys, this function will be very helpful, because they will arrange everything and then sell, because that's what aggressive players do, the majority of them. Then we have on the preset or customization screen, the characteristic of the weapon in the characteristics window now change when pointing to the mod to be installed, which is a very cool thing, because you had to change them before to see how the stats changed. You know, now you're going to see by just pointing, which is a very cool thing. In the kill list after the raid, the field distance showing the distance of the fatal shot was added, which is going to be very helpful for people doing shooter boarding heaven and stuff like that, and for learning distances in the game. When you exit the game, we added a warning that the generator is on. Okay, added a counter for ready items after crafting in the hideout in the lower menu. At the flea market, current flea market filters are no longer applied to your first list of offers and your wish list, which is a quality of life improvement. What is the previous one? Added a counter for ready items after crafting in the hideout. Yeah, quality of life stuff. Sorting goods by category is now reset when moving between merchants. This is important as well. Quality of life as well. Width of scroll bar in the stash, merchants assortment increased. This is very helpful because when you want to scroll up and down, or when you want to click that scroll bar, you know, it's very thin right now. So you will be able to do that better. Added a hotkey to unload the chamber, Control R, and added a hotkey to rechamber, Alt R, which is very cool. If you run completely out of ammo and you have some BS rounds for your AK, then by pressing Control R, you will be able to Alt R, you will be able to rechamber. This is a very cool thing. This is what I imagine it will do. Send friend request can now be cancelled. Added accept all invitations button. That's cool. After that, on the post raid statistic screen, your character is now displayed in the equipment in which he was killed, which is also cool. If the weapon has no magazine and there is no cartridge in the chamber, then by pressing the reload, the cartridge is now charged into the chamber if there is a bunch of rounds in the pocket of it. Oh, so this is the Alt R control. Sorry, I guess I mixed them up. I read the patch notes before and I messed them up. Yeah. So this means exactly what I was explaining. Yeah, you're completely out of ammo. If you press R, he will take one bullet and quickly reload it. Maybe it will help you to do the kill. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it really does. And then the Control R and the Alt R are additions for unload and for rechamber. Instead of going into the inventory and doing that, yeah, exactly. You will be able to do it with some keys. Added display of found in raid status icon for canisters in the hideout generator area. Not very important, but for some of the guys who are like not sure, hey, did I find this in the raid or not? You know, you're going to be able to see that. The empty button is displayed as the last item in the drop down menu of the canister selection for the generator. Now the treatment at the therapist will be, I didn't say the rapist, yeah, will be free of charge first 5 levels of character. This is a very important feature for after the wipe, or for guys who are new to the game, who think they are spending, and they are spending a lot of money on treating themselves. You know, this is a very cool addition for newbies. Yeah, I would say. Optimizations, AI improvements, we have a lot of them there. Let's just quickly read some of them. Added weapons swaying in bots movement, improved phrases for the attack by scav bots. The bots now respond to the player scav with follow me, fixed bot behavior, improved automatic cover search system. Bots now respond to the sound of approaching behind their back. Okay, apparently they didn't. Fix bug when a bot ignored player after blinding. Fix the bug when a bot did not react to shoot it at it through a masking net. Raiders now attack the regular scavs. Bots now respond to bare Yusik fractions with appropriate phrases. Right, to sound of knock door down. Okay, so yeah, AI improvements there and a lot of fixes. Yeah, we have a lot of fixes here. I'm not going to talk about them. I'm going to leave the link so that you guys can check them out. Let's have a look at changes. Stims and medical items now can remove the contusion effect. What is the contusion effect? If you get shot in the head, you get that 33% less senses. I think it is, and muffled sound. You know, it's like that wobbling thing when you get shot in the head, which is a very cool feature, by the way. So stims and medical items can remove the contusion effect. Skills that require body heat to progress are not going to be progressed with your party members, which means if you want to level up some skills by hitting yourselves in the legs, you won't be able to do it anymore, which I'm very happy about. One less exploit in the game. When I know some of you guys will be pissed, but that's not the way. That's not the way to play the game, yeah. And I believe it's also the developers' fault on this, because they should bring better ways to level up your skills. So it has to be a collaboration between community and the devs there, yeah. But that's not the way you should play the game. We should understand this, yeah. When character is blind by flashbangs, he will always reload with the mag drop, which makes totally sense. I don't think I have to explain there. Yeah, you're blinded. You cannot find your pockets because you're blinded. You maybe have some other effects. You know, you're stumbling or whatever. You know, you just drop it on the ground because you cannot see your pockets and whatever. You know, decreased damage radius of FNGL40 grenades. Yeah, damage radius. So that means less damage radius for the grenade launcher. Increased armor piercing for the TT ammo. PC blocks now spawn SSD and SAS drives. Various big containers, various equipment, vest, backpacks, etc. So that means we're going to find SSDs and SAS drives, and then we're going to be able to find vests and backpacks in and equipment in containers. This is what I understand, yeah? Big plastic containers now spawn more items in general. It's always good to see more variety and new things, because that's going to encourage you looting, you know. Hey man, listen, I just found a mechanic backpack or whatever, you know. I just found a helmet inside one of those cases, you know, which is a very cool thing, you know. It doesn't mean that they're going to spawn helmets. I was just giving an example. Big plastic containers, yeah, so we saw that one. Minor changes to AI scav loadouts, also very beautiful. Increased fall damage in the quest line. The Tarkov shooter player now can use any bolt action rifle. This is something we have suggested, Nikita, in several podcasts. I remember I've done this together with the guys when I've been invited to that official podcast. We have suggested it, and Nikita said no, this is only for the Mosin, because this is related to real life and stuff like that. Apparently he changed his mind, or we managed to somehow I don't want it. Okay, let's not use big words, you know. I would just say the community said that this is a bit too restrictive for only the Mosin, and Nikita heard us, which is a very good thing. Yeah, very good thing. So bolt action sniper rifles for Tarkov shooter, which is great. You have variety now. Quest to unlock Trader Jaeger is now available after accepting of Gunsmithing 1, and requirements for Quest Gunsmithing 1 lowered to level 2. Yeah, very good change. You will be able to unlock Jaeger faster. Rework and work with mechanics mission faster or sooner, you know. Reward player spawn points at reserve base location. This needs to be done on some other maps as well, like Interchange and Woods, for example. Scav player spawn at the reserve location is made later in time, which is a very good thing, because you used to spawn at 42, 43, you know, it's like almost at the beginning of the raid. Now it's going to be 20 something. I hope it's not going to be too late, because if you are in one of the raids where you're, let's just say, solo with the raiders and you have 10 minutes, you also have to extract and kill them, then extract. Is not going to be easy. Not going to be easy. You're going to run out of time all the time, you know. Reduce the traders restock timer to about 2 hours. It was 3 hours before, which is a bit controversial. People will stock or will restock a lot faster. Yeah, like 1 hour faster. Labs key cards faster, you know, good ammo. It's a good thing that you cannot resell that stuff at the flea market anymore. You know, you have to have the find and raid tag, and if you don't have it, you know, so it's going to be for yourself. But that means more good ammo, more labs raids, more, you know, tier 1 stuff for the guys. Could be good, could be bad as well. Yeah, the fixes, I see a lot of fixes here. I'm not going to talk about them because there's a lot. Yeah, this thing off on status of the flashlight, bug when the items of a killed PMC character had the found in raid status, you know, some normal stuff. So when is the patch going to come? We don't exactly know. It's not going to be this week, Nikita said, or the guys, the dev said. Next week, or probably the next week. Yeah, the following one. I believe 1-2 weeks. We still have to wait 1-2 weeks for it. I hope it's not more than that, because the game is turning into something very, very repetitive, and we have seen a lot of guys leaving the game, you know. And there will be absolutely no wipe in 12.8. They did say that between 12.8 and 12.9, we're going to see the Woods expansion, yeah, which is going to be a huge improvement on Woods. Woods is going to drop double the size or even more, you know. And there are going to be, it's not going to be only forest. There are going to be new zones of interest, new Sturman location, you know. It's going to be amazing. Woods needs something like this. Although, if you remember, Woods already got a certain change in the lumber mill area, you know, but it's not enough. It's definitely not enough. Woods needs more. and then some other things between 12.8 12.9. I really hope, or I was hoping to see at least the UMP or the crease vector. You know, don't want to talk about the SCAR anymore, because SCAR has been promised like a long time ago, but apparently not. Maybe as a surprise, maybe not, you know. And yeah, and maybe some other surprises that Nikita wants to add during the patch, or between 12.8 and 12.9. So that was it, guys. I'm gonna leave the link for you guys so that you can read the whole patch list if you want to, if you have the time. I explained or we have highlighted the most important ones. Thank you for watching, my friends. Catch me on stream on Twitch if you want to, starting at 2 p.m. CET, which is 8 p.m. I think 8 p.m. for the Americans on the eastern side. Yeah, so it's 8 a.m. East. I will be streaming Escape from Tarkov there, and maybe some other games depending when the patch is going to be delivered. Thank you. Like the video if you like it. If not, you dislike it, but also leave a comment down below telling me, hey man, listen, your video is too long or too boring or whatever, you know. Tell me what you didn't like, and I will definitely try to do my best and improve it. I will see you guys in the next one. You guys take care, have a great rest of the day, and let's hope that the patch 0.12.8 is going to hit us very soon. Bye bye, take care.